Good to go. All right, everybody, welcome back again. We are in the middle of the match. This is Mr. Shawn Hana. I have not seen this gentleman in a long time. Welcome back to playing pool, Shawn.
You bet. Thanks for having me, Dale.
It's a pleasure having you on Outer Points Productions and the Knockout Challenge 3.0. And like I said, I hope the match is going fantastic, and it's got to be a good one. You know, there's no doubt about it. So this is your player spotlight. Shawn, tell us a little bit about who you are and how did you get into this awesome sport?
Okay. Well, I'm Shawn Hana. Just turned 52 here last week. I'm from Medford, Wisconsin. That's about halfway in between Wausau and Eau Claire, a little bit north. Actually, I started playing pool, Dale, before I was born. My dad tells a story that he was...
This ought to be good.
He was 10 in bar, and my mom was in labor with me, and she was making laps around this table like Mario Andretti. So after I was born, I just took a love for the game. I started playing with them little pencil sticks, little magnet type stuff.
Sure.
Then I just kind of graduated up to the 3-footer, and then after I could see over the table, then I would hustle some of the patrons for a dime. It was a dime a game back then. And I'd have a whole pocket full of dimes and quarters at the end of the day.
I remember that. I'm 57, so believe me, I was there. Actually, I hit a 8-foot fisher with the two side-by-side nickel slots.
Yeah.
10 cents a game.
Yeah.
So, married, kids?
No,
What's your single?
Single, yeah. I take care of my dad. He's has some health issues, so yeah, I take care of him. And quit playing pool for quite a while, 15 years, I think, for sure.
Wow.
I just kind of got what you could call lost in the sauce. I had a serious drinking problem.
I wanted to maybe ask, how that all came to be, but that's for you
fine.
to discuss.
Yeah, I'm an open book. So the turning point for me about 8 years ago, it got so bad that I couldn't pour gas in the lawnmower. I was shaking so bad. And I'm like, man, I got to do something about this. This is crazy. So then I knew a good friend that was a nurse in a little town north of Medford. And I went and I sat there and I told her everything that was going on, everything I was doing. I cried my eyes out. And from that moment on, she got me with the greatest people. And then I just kind of one step in front of the other. It hasn't been perfect. But, I've been pretty much sober for the last 6 years.
Wow.
Had a few slips, but that's part of it, And I just kind of went to war with my mind. And just kind of reinvented myself.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, thank you.
That's
It's great to be back. And then, I started playing here about 2 years ago. And then my therapist, she's just a wonderful woman. And she's like, you kind of lost pool was always your identity. Maybe you should start playing pool again. And I had enough sobriety where I thought, I can do this, and it doesn't bother me to, like if people are drinking around me, that I was past that. So I came back, and they all said, oh, it's like riding a bike. You'll be in stroke in no time, and it's taken a while, let me tell you. But my game's
I could assume, one of the guys that you're here with, Mr. Mike Zahalka, I've known my entire life. And, he went through a lot of what you are, and I've been down that road as well. You're a different player when you're high. You're a different player when you're drunk. You're a different player when you're buzzed,
Absolutely.
So when you're 100% sober, it's a different game.
Yeah, and that was the biggest challenge for me at first. I didn't realize how much just having a couple drinks kind of took the edge off.
Sure.
And it's like, but once I got past that, and I'm like, well, it's not, but if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. I'm just here to play. I love competing. You get to be our age. What are you going to compete at, So it's been great. It's
good
been,
for you.
And
that's
it's
awesome.
Like I said, it's not really about pool nowadays. Like if I can help some young kid that's, struggling with addiction or drinking, because, we live in Wisconsin, so that kind of goes with the territory, right? And it's just the way it is.
Beer and cheese curds.
So if I can, help somebody along the way and, keep him from making mistakes that I made along the way, more power to it. So.
Very highly commendable. So what do you do for a career?
Actually, I just, little bit into sales right now. I'm kind of in between. I work for, another shout out to Joe Getty Plastics out of Medford, Tim Fox, Johnny Hool. I work for them part-time, and then...
Are they watching today?
Yeah, they should be.
They better be subscribers.
Yeah, if they're not, they will be after today.
That's fantastic.
And then I also got to thank Todd Holzer from On the Hill Billiards in Mosinee.
Right there.
And, he sponsored me in this deal, so I really appreciate it. And hopefully I can make everybody back home proud. So,
win or lose, they're all going to be proud no matter what. They're already proud of you, for everything that you just got done saying.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
and they should be, and you should be very proud of yourself. So, that's fantastic. So, what's your favorite game, Shawn?
Well, it's always been rotation, but I just don't really play a whole lot of rotation anymore. Everything back home has kind of been 8-ball a lot, so it really doesn't matter. I'm probably the most inexperienced at 10-ball, just because nobody played 10-ball.
Nobody plays.
Ago,
yeah.
So, other than that, I think I play all the games really well. I just try to focus on one shot at a time, stay in that mindset, and just don't sweat the small stuff, right? You're going to have bad things happen. You just got to let it be and go on and put the best stroke on the next ball,
one of the cool things about the Knockout Challenge that's been happening that I noticed from the booth is, I get to see the demeanors of all the players and everything else. This has brought a new level of sportsmanship to the game, because I notice even you guys are out there yucking it up and having a good time, and that's what this sport needs. It really does.
Yep,
get rid of that old
you
bad
leave
stigmatism
the ego behind, and
Amen. Yep.
Yeah,
No
I've never played Gray before, and he's a heck of a player. So
he's good.
My thoughts are, after this match, one of us is going to be out, and I think either one of us can win this thing.
Without a doubt.
So, so hopefully I can put my best foot forward, get comfortable out there, and, give the fans a good show.
So outside of your dad and pool and work and everything else, do you have any hobbies, Shawn, that you enjoy?
No, kind of pool is just a hobby.
That's it? That's it?
I mean, I'm into racing. I got a buddy that races over in La Crosse. He started racing again, Skylar Holzhausen. So I like to try to get over there a little bit. But right now I got to focus on, trying to keep my father, upright, and that's a full-time job all in itself, So
yep.
Actually,
none of us are getting younger.
Actually, he hasn't seen me play Dale in over 20 years.
Wow.
So,
is he watching the stream
he
tonight?
He should be. I think I got him so he can get connected. So
I hope you're watching, Mr. Hana.
If I tear up a little bit, it's just because this is big for me. It really is. So thanks for doing this, Dale. This is awesome. So.
You bet. So you have who would be your biggest mentor when it comes to pool?
Well, probably coming up would probably been Curly. Terry Schilling from
Terry Schilling. I haven't heard that name.
They call him Curly. We used to travel around
forever
when I was a teenager. And then after that, probably Gene Albright, like back in the 90s, he was unbeatable on a bar table.
And still tough.
And then it kind of evolved to Rob Matson, Steve Hayes. Steve Hayes is one of the most underrated 8-ball players in the world. I'm telling you, that guy can pick through racks. It's just unbelievable.
Rob was just here 2 weeks ago for the the Elite Challenge.
I know. I watched him on the
That was fantastic watching him and Margaret battle it out.
Yeah, and then as far as some pros like, I like Skylar Woodward and Fedor, but as far as a guy that doesn't play much anymore, that's a blast to watch, is Jesse Bowman.
Oh my God!
I could sit and watch that guy play for a day straight, right? Non-stop.
So Jesse Bowman's story, real quick, and then we got to get back to your match. Music City Open, Nashville, Tennessee. I draw Jesse Bowman.
Oh wow!
And I've met him before, and I watched him, but I never played against him. And I actually took him to the hill, and I ended up crapping the bed on the last rack. But
it's always the first game and the last game are the hardest to win, isn't it?
Say it all the time, but Jesse Bowman is, there's one of the best, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching him play it here in a couple of weeks at his home pool room. So, it'll be cool.
Well, thank you very much for playing in the Knockout Challenge, and it's a pleasure seeing you again,
Yep.
Sean.
You
It
as
really
well.
is after
Thanks for
all
everything
these
you're
years.
doing here. It's great.
You betcha.
All right. Take
My
care,
pleasure.
friend. You bet.